This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
What's your name, ma'am?
Stacy.
Oh, Stacy. What do you do for a living, Stacy?
I work for a Christian publishing company.
If there's one thing I can't stand.
Listen up, slap nuts.
Sit down, dummy, I'm talking.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Oh, Wendy!
He's fat!
You f***ing numpty!
Will you laugh at that face? Shut your mouth.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay. Jobs! Got jobs! Come on, help a brother out! Come on over here! Jobs! Sorry. That is TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am TWK of TWK Reviews. I am here to entertain you and one half of the Wrestle Cast on episode 499.
Yeah, I've been low-key keeping track of that stuff. If you follow our MP3s on Podomatic, it is indeed 499. Next week is the 500th episode of the WrestleCast, and there are 3 shows to preview on that particular show. 2 good, 1 but that's next week. This week is this week, and boy, I wish I was in a better mood, because this is still a good show. We got Fighter Fest that happened, and all of the things that happened around that particular time. And we have stuff, things. We got news. We got 7 things. And we got you got good old Matty Jay, and we got Mr. TWK here with you.
Hello!
We got emails, comments, winners and losers, and all of the like. And for those, I'm just going to get this and nip this out of the bud right off the bat. For those wondering, if you saw the chat, you saw that some people were feeling bad for me. While I am legally not allowed to disparage my former employer, I say former because I was unfortunately laid off today from my job of 5 years. Yeah. Sucks. It stings, and I'm not going to lie, I cried for a little bit when I got home. But as soon as I was able to put that, I wanted to let the family know before I got on social media and got all the, mopey for some self-pity. And Chronocord CW, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the madness, good sir.
Oh yeah, madness.
Welcome to the madness, yeah. I'm in a better mood now than I was about an hour ago. But yeah, I got laid off literally at 3 o'clock today. I wanted to wait and make sure my family knew before I let the rest of the world know. And by the way, thank you for the love. Anyone on Facebook, Twitter. I know I'm not the most active person on social media, but when I do, I always like to try to keep it funny. Thank you. Thank you. I know some of you don't listen, but thank you very much for the love. I got some phone calls before I got laid off. Nothing concrete yet, but hopefully, let me knock on wood here. Hopefully something that can land on my feet soon enough. Thank you, sir. And
There you go.
Shit, you never followed the channel before? That's strange. Thank you for the follow. And well, obviously you know what the madness is. You're part of it every Tuesday.
I also have no idea if I'm even following her.
I know I do because I like to follow stuff just to make sure. Just to make sure no one is starting a show, out of the nowhere. That'd be bad. That'd be very bad, Clay. But thank you very much for follow, Shin. Obviously, I'm not in the best moods, but I figure I'm gonna take the weekend off, relax, rest, process, and then Monday, job hunting. Number 1. Because 1, there's still SummerSlam weekend. 2, there is a very decent. I'm getting a very decent. I'm not in panic mode because I'm getting a decent severance package. Because in Ontario, you're not supposed to lay people out without paying at least giving them 3 weeks notice or paying for that notice. And there's an extra bonus here and there for not needing me for whatever. I'm getting money. I'm at least getting paid. So there's some good news. There is a safety net, thank God.
Yeah, there's definitely a better one for you than there would be for me if I was laid off.
Yeah, you be screwed. I'm assuming, considering you
pretty
big rock
much.
store.
Yeah.
So I hope you never get laid. I hope you get a job before you get laid off.
Same here.
So it's not much, but I do have some money, so I will be okay for the near future. But if I get a job this summer, I could save the money, and Ranger Stop is still on. So at this point, I'm not even thinking of Ranger Stop, which sucks. Because one of the reasons I cried is, oh fuck, I may very well not be able to go to Ranger Stop and be with my buddies. And you have no idea how painful that reality was, by the way.
Hey, Evil Rev, how you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I got laid off. For those who just tuned in while we wondered, what the fuck is this man what the fuck is this wrestling guy doing talking about severance packages? Yeah. So it's the one thing. My boss was pissed at the fact that she had to let me go, by the way. Pissed. Like, livid. Like, she was not happy. But, so to them, without naming the company in particular, thank you for 5 years and for letting me go to Ranger Stop 5 times and Morphicon last year. Those were, you helped with that. But at the same time, good luck keeping the place afloat, motherfuckers. I was a load bearing moron. There's my little comedy there. People.
So to them, what you say is simply this: wake up!
No. If I was truly pissed off, and this was no severance package, no nothing, I would be saying that. But there will be people wondering, hey, my TV's not, my thing is not working. I need someone to fix it. And of course that company will want to send someone to that person. And then when they realize they laid off said person that would fix the thing, sorry about your damn luck. That's what I need to say. Boom. Back to the wrestling, folks. Anyway, I want to get that.
What do we have planned tonight? What is on the agenda?
We got a show, Tina. We got a fucking show, and let's make it a nice 499th goddamn show. We got Fighter Fest. We got stuff and things. We got G1. G1 Climax starts tomorrow, folks. So, that being said, let's get the clip of the week. Numero uno. And Fighter Fest happened, and as I said on Twitter, and as I said way before, ladies and gentlemen, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, unless someone proves otherwise, heel of the year. I give you Exhibit A. Take a listen.
So self-satisfied.
I haven't even said anything yet, guys. Come on.
Gotta gotta let the man speak.
What, are you guys having flashbacks of being shoved in lockers again? I'm so sorry. That must just be awful. Pipe down, guys, pipe down. I'm gonna try to make you guys feel as... I'm gonna try to make you guys feel as comfortable as possible in your own skin, okay? So how about I give you nerds something I know you're gonna love? That mother of yours whose basement you live in, she swallows, so... Hate to break it to ya. Hate to break it to ya. Little pop quiz here for you nerds. What happens when you got a dollar store Tarzan, a 65-year-old grown man who's still in his emo phase from high school, and Seabiscuit in the ring against the youngest and fastest rising star in professional wrestling today, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. You get MJF getting the W, baby. Are you guys seriously going to talk while I'm talking? Yeah? Yeah. What do you... actually, MJF, I'm a level 45 Padawan Warlock Knight, so you better watch your mouth. Newsflash, you pencil neck geeks! If I wanted to hear your opinions, I would turn on TLC and watch reruns of my 600-pound life, so shut up!
Those gaming terms don't really connect, but we'll let it slide.
You know what? You know what? We're getting off on the wrong foot here, Florida, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen. Allow me to extend an olive branch because, as we all know, I am salt of the earth. I want you people to know we're not so different, you and I. I used to love video games. Yeah, video games. Video games. Yeah, I love video games, and then I lost my virginity. And that's why I'm gonna win tonight, baby, because I'm better than you, and you know it.
Oh, man. You know, I didn't know I was going to get fired when I made that. I made that yesterday. Don't let me down, Bruce. Don't let me down. Anyway. Pencil neck geeks. Heel of the year right there.
Yeah, nice classy furry Blassie reference.
And the crowd in the background. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The more I listen to this, the more I find stuff that is awesome. And evil Reverend with the obvious. MJF must have never heard of Tong Po. That's very true. Well, I'm fairly certain he must have heard of Tong Po. But one cannot confirm that offhand. Anyway, let's talk about the professional wrestling that happened on June 29th, 2019 at the Daytona Beach, Florida at the Ocean Center. It was Fighter Fest presented by AEW in promotion in cooperation, Community Effort Orlando, or CEO Fighting Game Championships and all that good stuff. Now this says the attendance is reported to be 5,000 approximately, and the first thing we need to talk about is people were rubbing their hands saying, "Oh, it didn't sell out. It did not sell out, folks. This was made at a convention, and I'm assuming a lot of the tickets were sold to the people of the convention or provided to by the people of the convention. Even if it didn't sell out, that was a pretty full crowd.
Yeah, there's a good amount of people there, I would say. It definitely looked a bit more full than Stomping Grounds.
Yeah, it looked a lot fuller than anything WWE has put up in the last couple of months. So, can we? One, calm the fuck down. Two, they had a pretty decent card. Case in point, the pre-show had 3 shows. Yeah, we need to talk about the pre-show. This is awkward. It started with a great match, though. Best Friends took on SoCal Uncensored and Private Party in a excellent 3-way tag match. The winner to be in the tournament to earn a first round bye for the tournament to determine the World Tag Team Champions. Best Friends won and went 16 minutes. If you want to start a show, that's how you start a show, especially with Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Quinn, who performed as advertised. Goes without saying here.
I unfortunately wasn't able to see this match because this show started before I got home from work, so I unfortunately missed this first match. But I've seen all 3 of these teams in separate matches, and I can say that they're all excellent. So I'm not surprised to hear the praises.
I know the bind was available on YouTube. I was hoping you were getting it because that's how I had to catch it as well.
I saw it from the second match onward.
All right, so it's not as bad, but the first match was available on the buy-in, but it was a great match. I will tell you that much. I will not spoil it because you need to watch it. That being said, we continue with. Part of me is happy that they had a good match. The other part of me is thinking, not everyone got the joke here.
They need to watch Being the Elite.
Yeah,
it's their
they
fault.
do. Allie taking on Leva Bates, a.k.a. one of the librarians, with the other librarian, Peter Avalon, at ringside. They cut a promo, and I get the feeling half the crowd got it. The other half did not give a fuck.
To everyone who doesn't get the promo, all I have to say to them is, shh.
I know you and I get the joke, but Brian Zane.
Get it? Allow me to explain it. The whole gimmick behind the librarian's gimmick is Tony Khan forced Being the Elite, the cast, to find somebody with a librarian gimmick because he wanted somebody with that gimmick. So, like, 2 different parts of the Elite team went with 2 different wrestlers, and now those different wrestlers are now fighting with each other over who gets to have that supposed luxurious gimmick of the librarian.
But not everyone. I will say this. I think, Shindig, even Brian Zane took it back when what he said about the match in the comments. That's fair enough. But it's a case of, even Brian Zane took it back, but in video he was not kind to this match. I watched it. I enjoyed it, but I feel bad for Leva. I really do.
She seems very positive about the gimmick, especially on social media. She seems super excited.
She's doing what she can, and so is Peter Avalon, who is a professional, by the way. We should probably, work in the gimmick
He's
there.
not only a professional, he is the professional.
Thank you, T-Dub. So, these 2 will make this work eventually, but I don't think this is one of those. We got it. T-Dub and I, we got it, but the general wrestling criticism, especially on the next match, is you're trying to sell us on something using this bad idea. Now,
I loved this next match so much.
And T-Dub, so did I. I will say this. Now, I will preface this by saying a lot of people didn't like this match. They shouldn't have been in this match. They shouldn't be in the pre-show. They should not have been near the card. Those people are not fighting game fans. Hell, I'm not a fighting game fan, but I am a Twitch connoisseur, so to speak. And I know the history of this.
And of course,
Michael Nakazawa took on Alex Jabali in a hardcore match and went 9:30. Michael Nakazawa wins. And this was a straight hardcore comedy match.
Yeah,
and people saying Alex Jabali doesn't belong in the ring. The guy trained He was training for last year. Because this match was supposed to happen last year. But he broke his Achilles, and he couldn't do shit about it. This was their way to patch things up and at least get the match done and dusted. And Michael Nakazawa won. Fair enough. This was a fun match. And I'm sorry, Alex Bailey did a good job.
Yeah, considering his lack of experience, I thought he did quite a good job in performing what he needed to do. The few moves that he did rather well, a lot better than I thought he would. And I especially love the interference from Jay Wong in the crowd, giving him the fighting stick. That was great. And IFC Yipes right next to him, marking out over everything. This is just great. Like, I enjoyed this match so thoroughly.
IFC Yipes was a highlight of the show.
Yes.
Of many highlights, by the way, but he was a highlight right there. So people they're taking a shit on it. That's fair enough, but at the same time, context is for those who are longtime fans. At least follow this shit. This was built for New Japan Cross CEO from last year. And guess what? That match was a pre-show match too.
That it was.
That's a thing that happened. Now, in their fairness, after that match, things picked up. Jim Ross gets introduced as the voice of wrestling and joins the crew, which is obviously Excalibur, Jim Ross, and the new guy on the mic, at least for that particular evening, Golden Boy. Which, by the way, Golden Boy, congrats, you did good. You did good, bud.
Yeah, he's did it like a legitimate professional.
If he was nervous, he didn't sound it. I will give him that. 2, the final few seconds were reserved for Jon Moxley cutting a promo. If you weren't intrigued then, you were intrigued now. The event started proper with Shima taking on Christopher Daniels in a singles match. It went 9:40, and Shima wins with a beautiful... I forgot the name of the move now.
Meteora.
It was a double knee to the stomp from the top rope to the chest, shoulder area.
Yeah, he didn't quite catch Daniels' legs on the way down like he normally would to make it that sort of Rana-style pin, but, bit too much momentum, I guess.
Too much momentum, but it did good enough.
Yes, and overall,
the intent and the execution the intent was there. The execution may not have been as good, but it worked.
And one thing I'll say is that about the matches for the show, every preliminary match is given a 20-minute time limit, with the main event given a 30-minute time limit, which I think is a very interesting little decision.
We will get to that. We will get to that. Most matches were given. I think the pre-show matches were 20, and the semi-main and the main were given 20, or were given 30.
The main event was given 30.
So, and they kept track of that. You hear Justin Roberts saying 10 minutes left, 5 minutes left. That kind of stuff. They're keeping up with that gimmick, which is awesome.
And the main reason I find it to be interesting is because for a lot of companies that do time limit gimmicks, they usually give 30 minutes to their preliminary matches, and then the main event gets 60. I find this to be a very interesting change. I think it's sort of fit the more different American style, since American matches are generally shorter.
Usually, and at the same time, the 20-minute time limit still makes sense. Because especially for television matches, you need at least 20, 30, and with television time remaining, you're going to hear those words a lot, I'm sure.
Yes.
So Shima won it. It was a great match. Next up was the three-way between Yuka Sakazaki, Nyla Rose, and Riho. It went 12:30, and Riho won. Again, another one of them good matches here.
Once again, the women make one of my best matches of the night. They were just killing it here. Especially that guillotine fucking knee drop to the head by Nyla Rose. I saw
that. I'm like, So thank God someone gave her a contract. Because that was ballsy. That was something you don't see out of someone who is supposed to play the heavy.
No, and I especially love the story of Nyla getting too cocky, and every time it looks like 1, 2, she pulls up like, oh, getting too cocky, and that cost her.
And shit in there. I'm a magical girl, Mark. Now I know, right?
Well, yeah. Now you're in the same boat as Easy and Matty, because Yuka did pretty good in this match. I felt like some of her earlier offense was a little sloppy, but she tightened it up as the match went.
She did, yeah. And of course, Chronocourt CW in the chat. Christopher Daniels working at this level, 20+ year pro is pretty amazing. That is very true. That was a great match from both men.
Yeah, both Jim and Daniels have been doing this for ages, and the fact they could still go at this level at this age is just absolutely amazing. Also, when it comes to this three-way match, I have to note one spot where Yuka Sakazaki and Rio both jump off the top rope, and Nyla catches them one after the other without moving an inch. Moving an inch!
Like a boss. Like a boss.
I absolutely lost. How many times have you seen like big, huge guys do that spot and end up almost falling over? How many times?
I've seen this spot many a time. First one, no problem. The second one, they always lose their balance, or they have to move a foot to adjust and not drop and hurt the other two, the two people he's supposed to hold. So, it is not easy. I get surmise from that was not easy, and Nyla Rose did it like a boss.
Like there was no effort whatsoever. Oh my, that's like the best time. That's like the best execution of that spot I've ever seen. Nobody do that spot ever again. You're never going to do it better than this. Ever.
You may retire the spot. That is how it's done. That is the textbook definition of that spot. Riho won the matchup. Good. The thumb is up there. Next up, we have the four-way match between Adam Page, Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, and of course with Luchasaurus there, and the aforementioned MJF. That promo, you heard it.
I'm still a little sad that Jimmy Havoc doesn't have his AFI I Hope You Suffer theme. That's such a good song. But then again, I know when it comes to television rights, they can only use certain songs without having to pay out the ass for them. And I know this is like a multi-billion-dollar company, but you still got to save your money in certain places. Because, if Jimmy Havoc gets his custom theme, then everyone should get their custom theme. And then that just drives the cost up more than what they need to be. I understand this, but... Because
otherwise, you'd have John Moxley coming out the shit list.
That would be nice.
Which would be awesome. And Kenny Omega would have his theme song. Matt and Nick Jackson would have Bop.
I don't think they would go back to Bop. I think they're happy with their custom theme. True. Also, we should note that when Jungle Boy made his entrance, he was right on top of Luchasaurus.
That's an awesome gimmick. Keep it. That's all I'm going to say there.
I love how on Being the Elite, you only see them when Jungle Boy's on top of Luchasaurus all the time. Luchasaurus must have some absolute buff upper body strength for that.
He needs it. That's for sure. But then again, Jungle Boy is not exactly the heaviest person in the world.
No, like it's amazing just how small he is when he's standing in the ring next to Adam Page.
Yeah, Adam Page won the match after this was a great match story-wise as well.
Yeah, he unfortunately wasn't able to get his exact revenge on MJF pinning him, but he was able to pin Jimmy Havoc. Thought that was an interesting decision. We'll see where that leads them. Also, I should note, Luchasaurus has a master.
Yes, he does. Plus 10 strength, plus 10 integrity.
Sure, let's go with that.
Chronocord. I got that joke. But the next three matches get very interesting from there. Darby Allin.
I thought the night wasn't interesting enough, but this is where it really ramps up.
This is where we go. Point number 1. Cody Rhodes took on. I'm sorry, Cody with Brandy Rhodes. We got to keep
Cody
it
with Randy Rhodes.
Good call, Justin Roberts. Keep going with that. Yeah, that gentleman took on Darby Allin in his debut match, and remember that point where we said they were bringing up the time limits and everything else? Guess what? This one had a 20-minute time limit. It went to the 20-minute time limit.
Also, have to note, I absolutely love Darby Allin's entrance. Just that completely zombified, focused look on his face. He just walked out there with a body bag with Cody 1-1 on it, and technically he accomplished the goal of 1-1 because Cody didn't win.
Cody didn't win. He wanted 1-1. He didn't get the wall. He didn't lose. He didn't defeat him, but the win column says did not say 2. It said 1.
Yeah, now it says
it's just 1-0-1.
Yeah, technically it's 1-0-1, but
close enough. Close enough. Golf clap for that. Golf clap for that.
That body bag is technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
Yes, it is very true. Very true.
And I just love how during between Darby Allin and Cody just completely contrast, because Darby was no nonsense, walked to the ring with purpose. Cody was all pomp and circumstance with the pyro, the posing, the just hot dog and grandstanding for the crowd.
Hot dog and grandstanding, yeah.
And
he was being Cody. He was being Cody.
Yeah, during this whole time, Darby Allin was just staring a hole in Cody. I don't think he even blinked once.
If he did, the camera missed it. Let's put it
Which
that
is good. Which is good.
That's very true. Now, I want the 20 minutes, and this was a great match. The story of the match, Cody being cocky, taking his time, and of course Darby getting his licks in. And you remember when I said, "Ow"? Here's case number 1. That goddamn bump.
There's 2 of them. First one, there's 2 of them. One was getting thrown through the turnbuckle to the outside.
Yep.
That
the
was
second one, and T-Dub knows exactly where I'm going. The trust fall, the coffin fall, as Renico called it, but the trust fall to the apron.
The Darby Allin with the coffin drop, where he just jumps backwards, and Cody moves out of the way. So
it's literally a trust fall. He's got his arm crossed. Yeah, it's a trust fall.
Yeah, he just falls back first onto the apron. No padding, just nothing but metal.
Nothing but that little bit of padding and all of the metal. Just Jesus, he must have felt that in the morning. Jesus.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Nevertheless, he still looked very good in this match. This match, to me, the best comparison I can make is Rocky 1.
Yeah. They went the distance. Yeah.
Yeah, because just like with Rocky 1, this wasn't about Darby Allin just defeating Cody. This is about him proving that he deserves to be in the same ring as Cody, which they made him look to be as credible as possible without him beating him. And I think this is going to be, if this is a statement of what the company thinks of Darby Allin, he's going to have a bright future.
He will be. If he sticks with AEW, he is in right company.
But of course, most of the controversy came after the match.
Yeah, this is Al number 2 or number 3 if you ask Tita, but for me it's Al number 2. Oh, Sean. Oh, Ty.
Tie.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, at the end of the match, Cody goes 5 more minutes. I want 5 more minutes. Either he beats me or I beat him. We want a definitive finish. Shawn Spears comes out with a, quote, gimmicked steel chair. And Cody takes an unprotected chair shot to the back of the head.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be back of the head. It's just sort of like it hit him in the head where it's supposed to, but part of it ended up cutting the back of the head.
10 stitches, no concussion, which is a miracle, all things considered, that the strength of the wallop. Just how? That, I mean, The shock of Shawn Spears turning heel. Fair enough. You want to build a feud between Shawn Spears and Cody. You know what? I'm in on that. But it was still an unprotected chair shot to the head. And TW, there are people who we knew who are probably listening to this and going, aha! Aha!
I think this is an instance where, after examining all the evidence, it looked worse than it actually was. Because even though they never explained how the chair was gimmicked, the fact they said, yeah, this is just a gimmick chair, so that way, you know,
it went wrong.
Look bad without
the spot went wrong.
It did.
Responsibility was taken, and if nothing else, it added just a little extra oomph to what will be a great feud between Shawn Spears and Cody Rhodes. That is for sure.
Here's what I have to say about that. Never do this spot again, because every time you do, it will take away from it.
No. Never do not do, like, we don't care if this is something WWE doesn't do. WWE does do it because it's fucking dangerous. So, for the love of God, never do that shit again.
Once, and now you're done. You did it once, good, you're done.
You got people talking. You got people talking. Congratulations. Never do it again. Please.
At the very least, believe it or not, this is still safer than the Ibushi Naito spot.
It totally is better than that spot.
Which is kind of weird.
How fucked up is that? We're talking about this controversy, and it's still safer than what the fuck Kota Ibushi did to himself.
That's because you know, first of all, this chair was gimmicked.
Yeah.
Second of all, there was minimal damage.
Which is a miracle, by the way. We should emphasize that.
But with Naito, but with Ibushi suffered visual damage. That I have no idea. Is it temporary? Is it permanent? I don't know. All I know is that he tweeted out that he had vision damage from that spot, which is just horrendous.
Do that again. To both cases.
If nothing else, yeah. Can we stop doing all the brain damaging spots? Because you kind of need to protect that spot of your body.
Just please, never do that again. Just don't. Love of God.
And after that happened, Shawn Spears then threatened Brandy, but good old Girl Hebner stepped in the way.
Yeah, Girl Hebner got in the way.
By the way, that is her nickname. That's the nickname
Girl
she's
Hebner
got. So yeah, she stepped in the way and was able to stop Shawn Spears from attacking Brandy, and then he made his way out of the arena. And on Being the Elite, you saw MJF was absolutely livid with security. He had to get held back from just absolutely mauling him, and in the next show, he's gonna be teaming with him.
Who booked that shit?
What's funny was the comments from Twitter, because they're like, how could you not know about that match? Didn't you pose for it? And he had to explain them, no, we do poses all the time. Just different poses for...
It's Photoshop. That's what it is.
He's like, how the fuck was I know they're going to use that for this match?
It's called stock footage, folks. It helps.
All promotions do it, technically, and it's just interesting that I've never had to see a wrestler explain that before for storyline purposes. That's good stuff. Yeah, Darby Allin, Cody Rhodes, excellent match. 50-50 on the aftermath.
Yeah. Chronocord, I don't think spots like this will fly on TNT come October. Funny thing about the Lights Out main event.
Before we get to Tony Khan did an interview on the press conference afterwards saying that all the extreme levels of violence you saw during the show are not going to be on the weekly TV. That stuff you're only ever going to see on pay-per-view because, you know, TV is way different than pay-per-view.
Yep.
On TV, you got sponsors and people like that. And, if you have that type of violence on your weekly television, that on major network like that, they're not going to be too happy about it. Even though I find it weird because they're also happy with Walking Dead levels of violence. So sponsors are weird.
Sponsors are, yes, that is the best way. Before we get to that last match of the night, we got to get to the quote main event. The Elite, Kenny, Matt and Nick taking on the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., Rey Phoenix, and the Laredo Kid. It went 20-50, and Kenny got a win. Kenny got a win.
First off, the Elite's entrance starts off. Nick and Matt Jackson come out as Ryu and Ken. Then a fan, and then a local, and then then a local wrestler dressed as a fan runs up on the stage, does the whole Batista machine gun gimmick, and lights go out. Video plays. Lights come on. There's Kenny dressed as Akuma.
Yep.
And if you thought they weren't going to take advantage of this gimmick, you were wrong. Match starts off with Kenny going to Justin Roberts, tells him something. Justin Roberts, round 1.
Fight!
And if you thought that was the end, because
yes.
At one point in the match, they all do a triple Hadouken, and then once the wrestlers clear the ring and they keep the pose, crowd goes nuts.
Yes. Hadouken! Roof flies off.
They knew who their audience was here.
They
and then
knew who the audience was, and they played it up. Super kick! Super kick fire 2 turbo edition.
Yes. I played
Good.
my brother-in-law, at least, I'm not sure if he still has, but for a while he had this Switch port of Street Fighter 2, and it's not a terrible game. I'm not as much a fan of that as I am Tekken. I definitely prefer that as far as mechanics and all that go, but not bad. When it comes to fighting games, I enjoy the most. Also think Virtual Fighter's more my speed. Like, I enjoy games with fighting games with some sort of grappling system in it. I don't know. I guess that's just me. Nevertheless, this match had all the flippy spots as you would expect, because the Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid, and Kenny wasn't too bad himself doing the flippy dippy stuff.
No, this was obviously the Lucha inspired 6-man. Let's just throw everything over and let's just have some fucking fun kind of situation.
Yeah, it was 20 minutes of absolute madness. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny hit one winged angel on Laredo Kid, and now he is 1-1.
Not a great one yet.
No, not yet. However, Young Bucks still undefeated.
Very true.
Or should I say, undefeated?
Let's see. So, great match, and then they explained this was the last match of the night, but we're not done yet. The lights go out, the lights back on. We have our unsanctioned match, or non-sanctioned match, between Jon Moxley and the bad boy, Joey Janela, who will be coming to Ottawa for Fighting Back 9.
Wow, again, 2 AEW guys.
Let's hold off on that. I'm happy in my head place. This went exactly 20 minutes. Ow!
There were table bumps. There were barbed wire board bumps. There were ladder bumps. There was a ladder bump. George
Thumbtacks to the feet, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah, I'll say the 2 most memorable spots for me are Joey Janela jumping off the ladder to the outside, through a table to Jon Moxley. Unfortunately, the table in front of the ring didn't break, but the one right beside it did.
The way they caught that bump, still good. It's still good.
And as Matty brought up, the feet to thumbtacks. Ow. And the thing that really made it that moment for me was Janela's expression of selling.
He sold it like it hurt, because it probably did.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who enjoys walking on thumbtacks. I would imagine it.
Ooh.
Those were
I think
not
the only,
good-
yeah, I
those
think the
thumbtacks
only thing
weren't-
that's worse, Legos.
possibly, but those thumbtacks clearly weren't gimmicks because you saw blood coming out of his feet.
Ooh. And John Moxley's back. He took some thumbtacks too.
Yeah, when he hit the double arm DDT, and after he hit it, spit up thumbtacks. Great visual.
Great visual. That's awesome.
Like a boss.
And Chronocord. One word for this match: violence. Yep.
And this is only the beginning because this is only like very, I would say, mid-level John Moxley violence.
This is I think a good comparison point would be Triple H Cactus Jack Royal Rumble 2000.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Very similar ephemera. Obviously, they weren't going to go for the light tubes and the really hardcore shit because that would
No glass tables.
you want to close shop with doing that. You're going to close shop doing that.
Yeah, there were no light tubes, no glass tables, nothing was on fire.
Yet.
Maybe they're saving that for All Out. Because
one can
after
only
Moxley-
imagine.
After Moxley won, he walked out of the ring. Looked like he was going to celebrate on top of the stage, but nope. Out came Wild Kenny Omega.
And they brawl, and Kenny beats the crap out of John Moxley. And the last visual is John Moxley beaten, but smiling. Good Lord, Kenny Omega, John Moxley is going to be fucking amazing.
That it is. I'm just. This is. I'm trying to find the proper wording for this. And I'm assuming their match. I'm wondering if it's going to be hardcore or not. Because if it is, it'll be very interesting to see what Kenny Omega does against John Moxley in a hardcore match. Because
in a
we saw
death
what he
match
could do.
scenario, because that's what it's going to be if that happens.
Yeah, because we've seen him fight Chris Jericho in a hardcore match. Now, if you ramp it up to death match levels, that could be very interesting.
Yeah. Like,
And I
I don't
should
know what's
point
going to
out-
happen, but I'm intrigued. Even if it isn't, it's just a straight one-on-one. These two are no slouches. This is going to be awesome. But if they go no DQ, the possibilities. We're talking Japanese death match, not just in the extreme violence, but in the technical ability of the extreme violence. See, the difference between American and Japanese death matches, other than the ramped up insanity, of course, is that in America, for the most part, it's just bumps onto stuff and just your standard bumps. In Japanese, yes, the insanity is up there, but there's also the effect that there's some technical ability. There's, you could use barbed wire to do like an STF for like a very elaborate pose or a move into a thing. It's like, but there's more technical ability into it, so to speak. Plus the insanity, of course.
The insanity is very important for any match of any hardcore nature, really.
Mm-hmm. And Chronocore DDT is called Death Rider in New Japan. Not sure about AEW. I believe AEW is calling it the Paradigm Shift.
Yes.
I believe that is the distinct. But it is still the double arm DDT. But it is called Death Rider in New Japan. And here in the States, it is Paradigm Shift.
Yeah, it's interesting how he has essentially two different gimmicks, because at AEW, he's like this he's wearing jeans, he's like wearing, pants and a jacket, whereas in New Japan, he's like got just wrestling gear on, calls himself Death Rider. Very interesting how there's like almost two different Moxleys.
I think, honestly, to be fair, Janela was in wrestling gear. I think it's still early to say there's two gimmicks. I get the feeling Moxley was just dressed for a street fight kind of a situation, but
it might be. That's what I was thinking as well. But it's just really interesting that it's such a contrast when you look at how he looks and acts in New Japan versus AEW so far.
Mm-hmm.
It
So
almost
far.
feels like the two different games. Yeah, so far. We'll see where things are looking in the months to come.
Yes. So, a little bit of controversy, a whole hell of a lot of violence, and some good wrestling. What say you on the rating, T-Dub?
I'll give this show... it's tough. This is tough.
It is. Yeah. Because good
Looking
wrestling, and
at
then there's some hiccups there.
I guess
Not too
I'll give
many,
this
but it's
show
enough to notice.
I guess I'll give this show a 4 out of 5.
That's where I have it as well, actually. 4 out of 5. Tough. It's a tough one. Some great wrestling, a couple of hiccups here and there, but still a very enjoyable, especially for a free show.
Yeah, although I have to note that I wasn't able to watch the show live because the BR Live app would not work for me.
I know. I was able to watch it live, but it's one of those. It was one of those situations where I had to find a way to. There was like a particular way you had to watch it. You had to find it. It was very tricky to get it to work. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, hopefully next
Not the
week
easiest way to get it to work.
Hopefully next week I'll have better luck.
Hopefully, one can surmise it'll be a little easier. And Shinjaka, I'll give it.
Says, "Hey, where your curly mustache at? Out of 5."
That's a decent rating. Decent rating. All right, T-Dub, we got some mailbag. We got something in the mailbag. You want to read it? You wanted me to read it and all that stuff?
Do it.
It's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at the WrestleCast@gmail.com. And a quick little programming reminder, next week, episode 500. Regular start time, 10 p.m. Eastern, all that good stuff. It'll be myself and TWK. And if I believe Hairball wants in for the pay-per-view preview, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think we might have a packed show. But I got some free time, and it's 500. May as well have some fun with, and all that good stuff. That being said, we begin not with French Otaku, who said it would not be sending stuff because, well, I believe he is at a convention this week. We do have one, ladies and gentlemen, however, from our good friend, the evil Reverend, and we believe we hit this button here. And aperture lapse in the weapon storage is where it starts, Reverend. I thought I'd be done with this creative block, but nope, still can't get this hand to make art. Oh, hey, RVT, sorry for the little bit of, I'm a little out of it. But I did manage to catch up on this week's wrestling, thanks to the holiday. With that said, let's dive in. WB news, so Heyman and Bischoff are going to essentially run Raw and SmackDown, especially respectively after Extreme Rules. He wrote that with a asterisk. With Vinny still checking in on him, of course. At this point, the ratings have nowhere to go but up, so let's see how this goes. The power of love means nothing. Like I always knew. Who knocked up Maria? Kayfabe? I'm guessing it's Drake. Kayfabe? I'm guessing it's Drake Maverick. Impact news. Tessa Blanchard has earned the attention of OVE, so she'd better hope her next match with them stays Uno one-on-one. Eddie Edwards has a taste for blood and human flesh like a freaking zombie, and if his hands weren't full dealing with Rosemary, I'd expect James Mitchell to take advantage of that. And cue the Terminator theme because Cage is back. Reverend, I had some other thoughts as well, but I'll tell them in the chat. I gotta get this mental block out of my head first. Speaking of which, hey Ray. Ray says. Oh God. Oh, I need to read what Chronocore said. Let me finish this email first. Hey Ray. Ray climbs out of the Shadow Dragon Sword. Shall I, sir? Reverend, give it to him. Gets hit with the Balmaye of the week. This week's Balmaye goes to the Creative Blocks, artists, YouTubers, creating YouTube content creators, we feel your pain. If I could, I'd need them out of your head. Face up on the floor. I got it. I got a perfect pick idea. Taker coming in for Shane and Drew's souls at SummerSlam. Yeah? Totally got a Mortal Kombat reference ready for that. Ooh. So, Taker, Roman, Shane, Drew, Mortal Kombat style, huh? Awesome. Looking forward to it. And Crotocord, by the way, in the chat, it was Carl Anderson. Carl's always had lust in his eyes for Maria. Plus, Carl has like 5 kids already. And not
He's
to mention,
got kids!
I need his job. Also, Crotocord, you need to remember, Carl, he already has a hot Asian wife. But hey, in WWE, a good guess is a good guess. Anyway, do we have time? Let me see. Now we're in. Do you want to do a quick Q&A?
We can try to do one after we get through our new segment.
All right, fair enough. That being said, those were your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at the WrestleCast@gmail.com. We shall return with some news and our preview of Night 1 of G1 Climax 29 from Dallas, Texas. Stay tuned. Will you? Shall you? Maybe? Alright, we'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsors.
So, who wants some sweet stratisfaction? WWE SummerSlam, coming soon to a TV near you. 1 scoop or 2?
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
At the beach, Matt Carlson has a Snickers to keep hunger at bay. Packed with peanuts, Snickers handles hunger, and now Matt is ready for anything. Feeling rejuvenated, Matt decides to catch a monster wave, but steps on an anthill. The ants attack, and he is spotted by the judges of a nearby dance contest, who award him first prize, a trip to Tokyo. While there, Matt attends a popular game show where he defeats one of Japan's top wrestlers. This impresses mystery guest, WWE superstar Ric Flair, who partners with Matt to win the WWE Tag Team title. Eat a Snickers and become a WWE champion. Make it happen with Snickers.
This is WMOB, Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
No, that's not how it's going down.
No, you know what, Duff? No. You're not going to come out here and talk about how it should have been you, it should have been me, it should have been you, it should have been you, it should have been you. It should have been you 8 years ago, and it was kind of, then it wasn't, and it's not going to be again, and it's not going to happen. Just get over it!
Kevin, everyone in this arena and in the world knows I should be WWE champion right now. All my loyalty, all the hard work, I deserve it. Everyone knows it should be me. I have lived my life. I look the part. Kevin, all you look like is you could be entered in a hot dog eating contest.
You know what? If I was in a hot dog eating contest, I'd win, which is more than you can say about wrestling matches.
Another round. I ain't asking for much. I've been loud, I've been downtown. I've been looking for some tush.
I'm just looking for some tush.
Welcome back to Wrestle Cast. Here on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel or Twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. Also on podcasts and places, Podomatic.com. You know the deal. Hi, Kevin Steen. We missed you. Nice burn on Ziggler. Hot dog eating. Then again, that was an easy burn. Ziggler just set it up. Low-hanging fruit. What have we learned? Do not feed the Kevin. The Kevin will live on. Dolph tried to kill the Kevin.
But he failed as he was stoned to the ground.
Thank you, Tito. Kevin Steen showed up, and I loved it this week on SmackDown. Just love. We need more good. We need more Kevin Burns like that. I know he's like a face and everything, but no, that Kevin. I want that Kevin. I want all that Kevin. I miss that Kevin Steen. Yeah, there's still going to be some filter on it, but it's still going to be Kevin, and I'm looking very much forward to it. Anyway, so we got some news. Shall we get to it?
Yes, we do. First off, there is rumors going around that WWE may be moving a tad away from the PG rating to try to get the teenage demographic.
What gave you that guess? The big bump at the top of the program on Raw last week between Lashley and Strowman, or the bird Kofi flipped at Samoa Joe?
That's a good question. The answer is yes! Yeah!
And for those wondering, breaking news, Kazuchika Okada had Whataburger, and he loves it. The thumb is up. Awesome.
Not as good as Wendy's or Hardee's.
Let's not get into that. That's a Rift Down reference, and we know it. And Shin, I'll do it for you. You shut your whore mouth, T-Dub. Oh, and even more breaking news, Okada said Whataburger is better than every other burger on Earth.
Okay, now I know you're lying.
Anyway, back to the story at hand. Yeah, obviously this is stemming from the fact that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff have become executive directors. However, for those wondering, well, those are the instant changes. On Raw, a little bit. Heyman did have a hand on a couple of segments, including that little big-ass bump at the top of the show. But Bischoff is essentially taking over after Extreme Rules next week. So, that's pretty much it. Oh, here we go. Even more breaking news. Okada confirms that AJ Styles is a total woman.
Wait a minute.
Hi,
that doesn't
Pete.
sound like Shintai Curl. That sounds like former WWE United Kingdom champion, Mr. Peter Dunne.
Hi, Pete. How's you? Hope you're doing better than I was a little earlier today. Hi, AI for the win. Malibu AI. Anyway. Shall we continue, Tito?
Sure, let us do that. Also, Rollins apologized for his tweet war last week with Mr. William Ospreay.
You know you lost when you had to publicly apologize to an indie worker.
To quote Jesse Jackson, apologize.
Yep.
Apologize.
Yep.
Let's see. Guess who's back? Back again! The club's back! Tell your friends!
Who is back there, T-Dub?
The club.
The club is back, baby. And let's continue this thing on the chat. No, it's me, Pitch Entire Curl. You can trust me. Mates can shack. Say totally Shin. Hi, Pete.
Wait a minute, shouldn't you never say Shaq? You would always say friends can fuck!
Hi, Pete Dunne. How are you?
You bangers and mash eating bastard! You're not fooling me!
Hey, let's talk
you
about...
can take your teeth and stuff, and you can get right the fuck back to wherever the fuck your fucking London fucking town is!
Whoa, you okay there, T-Dub?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why do you ask?
You just went at it hard on Pete Dunne there, poor guy.
No, I didn't say anything wrong.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, the club is back. AJ Styles turned heel after he lost to Ricochet in a decent United States Championship match. I love the setup for that match, by the way. The Gallows and Anderson, egged AJ to challenge Ricochet for the title. I said, no, be a man. AJ Styles gets the Ricochet. I want your belt. Ricochet, okay, fine. Handshake. Slap. And Ricochet, okay, slap. And I'm here going like Mills Lane from Celebrity Deathmatch. Let's get it on.
Wrong reference. The proper response would have been, with a 5-finger say in the face.
Slap. I was actually referencing, I was low-key referencing, slap! But no, like, I was over here going, let's get it on! Ding, ding! Ring the bell, Chico. And it was, for a TV match, the thumb is up. The way they went to commercial, well, AJ Styles won, but they had to go to instant replay because the foot was under the rope there. So Ricochet wins. AJ gets pissed, beats the crap out of Ricochet, and of course Gallows and Anderson are there. They join up. The club is back, bitches.
Now it'll be interesting to see how this affects Finn Balor, if any at all.
Ooh. I'm knocking on wood. Because God damn it, if there's anyone that needs a heel edge right now, it would be Finn Balor. Though honestly, Finn's doing okay with his IC belt. There's the idea of two alpha males clashing there. I'm like, if we're going full club, I'm all for it. But if it's just Styles and the Gallows and Anderson, I'm still fine with that.
I still think Finn Balor needs something because he's only been on TV once in the past 30 days.
He does need something. In fairness, you're correct.
I think it'll be very interesting to see him and Nakamura try to have a competitive contest, and then let's say a ref bump, and then Finn goes out there, gets the chair, Shin's like, "You're going to hit me with that chair? That we're having a competitive match," and he's conflicted, and then out comes the club, eye contact. Wham!
Boom!
Down goes Shinsuke.
Yeah.
And with that, double turn.
That could work.
You got babyface Finn, and then Shin's back to being heel Finn Balor, and then Shin's back to being a babyface. I think that could work, but then again, this is WWE, so results may vary.
Yeah.
Next up on our list is the fact that Maria is legitimately pregnant.
Yeah, that oh god, this broke me, T-Dub. You can ask Shades when we get onto that Toonami call tomorrow. Well, are you on Toonami call tomorrow? I forgot.
I'm on the Toonami call, but there wasn't one Monday.
No, but when we get to the Toonami call tomorrow.
Yeah, I should be there. I don't know why I would not.
He'll tell you how broken I was. He was in a call with someone on Discord, and I'm like, I had to jump in and say, listen, I'm sorry, we don't like to talk wrestling, but the show starts with that bump. Holy shit happens. Street Profits shows up. More stuff happens. And now Maria just says I'm pregnant and just pretty much treating Mike Bennett like a bitch.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Me neither, honestly, but I was on the floor laughing on Monday.
I am face palming because Mike Bennett is such a good wrestler. He has so much talent, both in the ring and on the microphone. He does not need
the burial. Especially if you just signed him for a 5-year contract, allegedly.
all sources point that it's being legitimate. 5-year deal, $500,000 a year each.
I hope that $1 million is worth it, gang. Holy shit! And the big bump on at the beginning of the show, that's Paul Heyman, allegedly.
And speaking of allegedly, WWE recently started teasing Taker and Sting.
I get that Taker's trying to wash the stink from Saudi Showdown, but are we sure we really want to tease that?
Especially after Sting had to retire from injury. Undertaker is not nearly as mobile as he used to be. Like, if there was a time to do this match, it was back at WrestleMania 31. That was it. You missed your chance.
Yeah.
WWE had their chance. They missed it. Their fault.
Yep.
I have no idea why they didn't do the match thing, because that is the one match they wanted from Sting. When you ask 99% of fans, if Sting came to WWE, what match would you like to see him face? Who would you like to see him face? Obviously, every time, Undertaker.
Yeah.
But no, had to be Triple H. And then Triple H won. Everyone was sad. Bad feels all around. Do you not have anything to add to this?
No, I'm like, do I want to see it? Yeah, 10 years ago. Hell, I would have taken that 31 where Sting was literally right there. Like, instead of like having him face Triple Goddamn H, like he was right there, just like sitting there. Like, all you had to do was say book it.
It was right in your hands. It was like the one thing that everybody wanted.
And
now there are some people worried that they're going to use this match for the next Saudi show, which no, please don't. No. And anyone doubting me, well, they used fucking Goldberg versus Undertaker. What's to stop them from doing this bullshit? They even brought Shawn Michaels out of retirement for this nonsense.
And he's regretting it.
Even Shawn is saying, well, I didn't come out of retirement. What are you talking about? That's just me helping a friend. That's not coming out of retirement. That's just...
Yeah. To quote the great Adam Sandler, "You blew it!" I don't have the actual physical button yet. I need to get that fixed. Anyway.
On a more positive note, aka AJ Mendez was asked about a possible WWE return, and she said, never say never.
Now, don't ask that to CM Punk. For the love of God, leave him alone.
Yes, leave him alone. If he wants to return to wrestling, he will. But if he doesn't, let him be. He's got other endeavors he would like to partake in.
That's all I gotta say there. Just if she wants to,
and now
go right ahead.
And now we must bring the mood down for a few moments, as
we lost
two big names this week. Two big names were passed away this week. The original Jacques Rougeau and El Pedro Aguayo.
Yep.
Both fathers to sons who went on to do great things in the wrestling business, and just Jacques Rougeau, obviously a big name in Quebec.
Yeah, the original Jacques Rougeau. The Jacques Rougeau that we know is still alive and well, but the father unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, not one half of the fabulous Rougeau brothers, but his father.
A legendary figure in Quebec wrestling. If you read about it, you'll see better tributes than what I could give, unfortunately.
And of course, the original Pedro Aguayo, as many people know, a few years ago, his son accidentally died in the ring in a freak accident. And now The Patriarch is now gone as well, so it's sad. But at the very least, both Rougeau and Aguayo got to live long, prosperous lives. So they at least had that going for them.
Pretty much.
Gentlemen, you've earned it.
Yes.
And in happier news, and news that I don't think people would expect to have read 1 year ago, but here we go. Taking place at Triple Mania 2019, Tejano Jr. and Psycho Clown will be facing Cody and former UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Cain Velasquez.
Okay, that's a new one.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
I have just heard about it right now. That camp, Cain Velasquez?
Yeah, he actually talked about making his debut at Triple Mania like a month ago. Believe it or not, like he already confirmed, like, yeah, I'll be wrestling at Triple Mania. He said this about a month ago, and now we know the match.
You should see my face right now. What? Okay then. Cain Velasquez for AEW. What?
No, this is just Triple A, I'm sure.
Okay. Still.
It's a Triple Mania match.
Jesus.
I just want everyone to remember that Bob Sapp is a former IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
He is. He totally is.
And he wasn't the best wrestler, to say the least.
Well, he wasn't the best MMA fighter ever, to say the least, either.
And yet somehow he was always a draw.
Bob Sapp, we had one thing going for him, charisma.
I guess that really makes up for a lot.
Yep.
And here's some news that's going to make many people happy. Kenny Omega is on a mission.
Yes.
I guess you could say he's on a mission from God.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Matty.
I need to research that.
What is this mission?
Yes.
What is this mission, ladies and gentlemen?
Video games!
Of the supposed audience? Oh, you heard about this as well.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I indeed did.
Kenny Omega is on a mission that whenever the AEW video game comes out, because, well, there's probably going to be one, he wants it to be a successor to the Aki games of past, and he is legitimately he wants that to be a thing he is focused on. He said that it's his mission to bring back the Aki engine. So the fact that he wants to specifically use that engine and obviously update it, I would assume, I think we could have perhaps a new wrestling classic. Because you take this engine, you update it, take out all the outdated features, put in some new flashier ones, and it should be fun times all around.
Yes. By the way, if to quote Elwood Blues, there's 100 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark out, and we're wearing sunglasses.
I really need to rewatch that movie. It's so good.
The cue was hit it, but there you go.
Right, yeah. It's honestly been a few years since I've seen Blues Brothers.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great
I
film.
actually had to Google it because I wasn't sure it was 20 or 106.
Also,
Anyway.
one of my favorite scenes is just the nun beating the shit out of them.
Go! God damn it! Jesus!
Oh man, there's gonna be no one that can replace John Belushi.
Nope. Also, we're
Anyways.
old.
Yeah. Also, if people listening don't know what the Aki games are, those would be WCW versus NWO World Tour,
Yep.
Virtual Pro Wrestling 64, WCW NWO Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, and WWF No Mercy.
4 of these games are immediately available at your used game retailer. Some of them are actually pretty cheap. You should go get them. And if you don't have an N64, get an N64 as well. You might want to do that as well. but you should play them.
We did sort of get updated uses of the Aki engine in games like Def Jam Vendetta and WrestleMania 19 and the Day of Reckoning games. Those games all use some sort of updated version of Aki engine, and they're all really fun. So it'd be nice to finally play a new video game using that style of grappling.
And of course, TrueRon24 mentioned the two Def Jam games. There you go.
Yeah, also Chrono Cord in the chat pointed out that Max Muscle from WCW passed away. I feel really bad that I don't know who that is, but rest in peace,
Maximum Muscle. He was DDP's heavy back in 94, 95, 93, 94, 95.
You think I'd remember?
He was featured in he was during the WCW arc. OSW. He was featured.
Oh, nice.
He's in there. He's in there.
Yeah,
by the way, spoiler alert: OSW review is out and it is good. New one.
I need to watch that sometime this weekend.
You should.
Anyways, and I guess the final news story that Hairball wanted us to talk about, tagged you on Facebook with us. Apparently, a podcast called True Crime Horror Story will be covering the Benoit family tragedy. So if you're interested in that, that'll be coming out on July 11th.
There you go.
And that is all of the news that I have in the extreme world of professional wrestling. Now it's time to preview the G1 Climax 29 Night 1 card.
For those who don't know, Night 1 is starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact, if you're listening to this live, and will have more than likely have happened if you're listening to this after the fact, of course. But it's July 6, 2019, at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, United States of America. This is the A-block matches, minus John Moxley in the undercard, because he is not allowed to go to New Japan whenever they're in the States because contract stuff.
At the very least, he's not missing any of his block matches.
No, he will not. He will be in Japan next Saturday to start off his run. So he is still there for that. That being said, the card starts with Sho and Yo taking on Roppongi 3K taking on Geodate.
So the best tag team of the juniors take on the best tag team in the heavyweight division. Going to be good stuff.
Yes. Next, Shota Umino and Tomohiro Ishii will take on Ren Narita and Jeff Cobb. Which, by the way, Jeff Cobb versus Tomohiro Ishii for one of the B-block matches. My body is ready.
Whoever wins this match, they are taking out the Young Lions doing so.
Yes. Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto will take on Chase Owens and Jay White. We all know who's taking the fall in that one, sadly.
Yoshihashi.
I was going to say Chase Owens.
It could also very likely be Yoshihashi.
Fair enough. Next up, six-man tag. Jushin Thunder Liger, Juice Robinson, and Toru Yano will take on Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito.
Interesting that Liger is not in a match against Suzuki. I expect LIJ to go over here.
Yeah, I'm expecting Suzuki, if he's not part of... he's probably going to be part of the Tokyo matches in some way, shape, or form. He'll show up.
I have to be a lonely warrior tonight. I don't know why I did that. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
You think he'll show? Any sign of Minoru Suzuki? No, so hold on. Okay. Tell me any sign of Minoru Suzuki. Go. You
Not yet.
Go. Oh, come on. You know what the bit is.
It's honestly been years since I've done this bit. All right. Anytime Minoru Suzuki?
He'll show.
I know
You
he'll
say-
show.
How's that? Did you say how's that?
Oh, how's that?
It's a job.
Fuck. This is what happens when we don't practice our bits before the show.
All right, I'll do it myself, and then you'll be refreshed. Any sign of the Minoru Suzuki, he'll show. How's that? It's his job. How's that? It's Minoru Suzuki. Could have done it myself. My God, it literally popped in my head. I don't know why. Anyway,
the whole
speaking
Joe
of them,
Friday bit that,
sorry,
the
go
whole Joe
ahead.
Friday bit that just completely just blanked from my memory.
Simpsons, Homer, and Skinner. The cat burglar episode.
I remember what it was, but for some reason the lines themselves were not in my memory for some reason. I was like, "Fuck, what are they saying next part? Fuck the line. God damn it!"
Well, sir, you have been reminded. I at least I hope.
And yet, for some fucking reason, the one thing I do remember is a pimp named Slickback. What the fuck?
T-Dub, there's nothing wrong with a pimp's name Slipback. You know that. There's nothing wrong there.
I know, but of all the things to be in my memory, why that and not Simpson stuffs?
It happens. Anyway, speaking of them A-block matches, we start with Will Ospreay taking on Lance Archer.
Yes, and I expect Mr. Ospreay to pick up the W.
Mm-hmm. The King of Darkness Evil take on Bad Luck Fale.
The Road General. And I expect, let's see, between these two, this can also go either way, but I'm going to give the edge to Evil.
All right. Sonata will take on Zack Sabre Jr.
Ooh, this is another...
This one's a tough one, actually.
I'm going to say Sabre by submission.
Fair enough. We were talking about this earlier before we went on air. Kota Ibushi will take on Kenta.
And as I said before we went on air, I hope these men do not try to kill themselves because Kota Ibushi, very crazy person, especially in his last big profile match against Naito. And then you have Kenta, who says he wants to go out there and prove that he is still as good as he ever was, and that, you know, the way he worked in WWE is not to his style, so he wants to sort of reintroduce himself. So I'm just a little bit worried the fact that he's in there with Ibushi, that he's going to agree to do something really, really crazy and dumb. Don't need to go all out crazy. This is just the first match.
Maybe go a little crazy, but not that match crazy.
This is just the first of many matches for the G1. Pace yourselves.
Pace yourselves. One crazy bumper match, not 10, and definitely not a crazy bumper that might kill you. Speaking of crazy, main event. How do you put a main event big enough for Texas? Okada, Tanahashi.
And this is the only time they're going to meet one-on-one so far this entire year.
Yeah.
I think it's been like a good year since the last time they've met.
It's been a year. Last time they met was G1 last year, and it was Tanahashi went over.
And I expect Okada to win this one since they seem to do that in their matches, and I expect this will be another one to add in their list of classics, and perhaps this will be the last time they ever meet.
Maybe. You never know.
And this match has sort of an interesting wrinkle, unlike their previous ones, because these two have been teaming up for the past 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, they've been teaming up because, well, Chaos went into Chaos thanks to Gato, and a few members came in and left. Chaos isn't well, ironically enough, Chaos. So Okada's been teaming up with Tanahashi occasionally. And this is the first time I believe they've met in a spot that's not like the last match of the tourney. they've always met as like the last, like the B block final, in a sense.
I think one of the reasons they put this match as the first is, number one, they want the big ticket sales for Texas. Number two,
yeah,
this is the first time they've ever met one-on-one in the United States.
Yeah,
they also, I guess, wanted to show that they meant business when they want big match in the U.S. This wasn't going to be some sort of B card. This is an A show.
Now, this is definitely an A show. If they couldn't get John Moxley to show up somewhere in the card, they're gonna give us a marquee matchup. And Sonata, Zack Sabre Jr. marquee. But you want a fucking marquee matchup? Okada, Tanahashi. There's a marquee right there. That's all we need to say there. All right, T-Dub, how about we do some winners and some losers?
All right.
Let's start with the losers.
I'll go with whoever decided to make Mike Kanellis look like such a bitch. Stop doing that to my boy.
I feel for Mike Bennett, I really do. Well, Cody Rhodes and Sean Spears got a loser this week. Not for the controversy. Don't ever do that chair shot again. Just don't. Just don't. Period.
Damn it, Mike Show.
Oh, no. Mike just shows up at the end of the show. Hey, boys, ready for the start of the show. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Mike.
I thought you were going to say Dave.
Good idea. Mike. Dave! There we go.
I think you need to do that after today's events.
Yeah. WWE, for whatever the hell this week is interesting. You have me intrigued, but god damn, stabilize yourself a little bit. Too crazy. And life, because as I mentioned at the top of the program, I had a very bad day. Fuck you, life. It's not a good day, god damn it. Anyway, let's do winners.
Let's see. I guess I'll give a winner to AEW for putting on yet another enjoyable program.
Yepper.
Especially when there are still quite an amount of people who are looking to see them fail. I don't know why. You should be rooting for every wrestling company to succeed and be the best that they can be, put on the best performances that we could ever hope for out of them. It's that, for me personally, my expectations are set differently for each company. Also, a bit of news forgot to mention, I'll definitely give a winner to Impact if they pull this off. The fact that they might be on Access after their next television deal.
Yeah, how about that? Access TV after their deal with Pursuit. If that happens, big upgrade for Impact.
Yeah, because I don't have the Pursuit channel. I technically have it, but I don't have access to it. It's a premium channel that I don't feel like paying for because, I don't want to pay a whole bunch of extra money just for one show. But I do have access. I have that. So if they end up on Access Television, I'll be able to watch Impact once again on my big old television screen, which will make me happy.
In your head place?
Yes, because I miss my Rosemary. She is the best.
She is, and she's staying with Impact too, so... Citing better creative control.
Also, I forgot a loser.
Oh.
Kazuchika Okada.
Oh, God, here we go. This shit even in the chat anymore. I have to check.
I don't dare you, Okada. You betrayed me by going to, of all places, Whataburger. You know that place. It's full of evil. Evil.
Shit's not no longer in the chat.
God damn it!
Over something as trivial as that. Anyway,
Jay White is a better champion than you, Okada, because Jay White knows that the best burger place is actually Wendy's and Hardee's. Those are the best. And if you don't like that, well, I got 2 words for you. Too bad.
Anyway, My winner is simple AEW. Great show as always. Just a little bit on the controversial. I should stay away from that, boys. Seriously. OSW review. They reviewed SummerSlam 93. You know, that one. And again, once again, a great review. Stay tuned for the stinger. And they're continuing on. They're not done with the new gen. Their current plan is they're going to continue between all the major pay-per-views all the way to WrestleMania 11. That means next year's SummerSlam, which features Taker versus Taker, which includes WrestleMania 10, which includes LT versus Bam Bam.
Fuck, that's going to be a whopper lineup of all, like, when it comes to all the pay-per-views they're covering. They're going to go through all the new gen gimmick.
Boys, I had to cut. I had to cut my support for OSW on Patreon. I feel bad for it, but thank you. Keep going. Games done quick. $3 million. $3 million and change. That's $3,003,000 total. The thumb is up. I was there actually when they actually reached the 3 million. I was surreal to watch that. And Super Mario Maker 2, because it is awesome. Also, if you got to play with any remote, the Joy-Cons are fine. The analog stick is fine, but get yourself something with a D-pad. Well, either the Pro Controller or what I do have, which is the 8-bit gamepad, which is essentially a replica of the SNES gamepad, game controller. Bluetooth. Get it. Just get it. And Mario Maker 2, especially the endless run, which that's gonna get good once people start putting good levels in. Anyway, T-Dub, you're still doing that Let's Play business.
Yes, I'm still in my Let's Play of Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. A new video comes out every other day, including today, Friday, where I put out part number 7.
If you want to see part number 8 a little early, you're putting those early on Patreon as well, I'm assuming?
No, unfortunately not.
All right, so the reviews are always a little early. They are on TWK's Patreon, patreon.com/TWK reviews.
I will resume the reviews as soon as I'm done recording for the Let's Play. So within the next week or so is when I'll start working on my next review, which if anyone has watched my first impressions video of Judgment, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All I do is just watch that video, watch the end credits, you'll find out, you'll be very, very happy, I'm sure.
Ron, is that game is the game Nintendo hard? Well, if you play endless mode in expert or super expert, you're gonna get Nintendo hard, or Kaizo Nintendo hard, whichever is your preference.
One lacking feature that has me disappointed when I heard about it. No amiibo costumes. That makes me kind of sad.
That was a bummer. That was a bummer.
Would it have really been that hard to transfer those over? Just a little copy and paste.
Maybe it'll be patched in. I don't know.
It better be.
And by the way, Reniko says Judgment is in Reniko is game like you.
Very nice, good choice. Judgment is at the moment my game of the year.
Ah, okay.
And it might end up being my favorite game in the whole Yakuza franchise because, number one, it is a great detective story, and it really does a lot to sort of shake up what you'd expect from a Yakuza game, and I'm just really, really, really enjoying it. It's just lots of fun. If you enjoy sort of open world / beat 'em up / RPG element games, just go pick this game up. It's so fun!
Awesome. Of course, you want to follow. If you ever want to support me, usually I would just say, donations are optional, but always appreciated. It definitely goes much more now. But if you have any generous heart, if you have some money to give your way, of course, patreon.com/TWK reviews, and especially on my end, paypal.me/MattyJ316. And again, donations are optional, but always appreciated. You can follow us on Twitter at TWK Official, at Matty Jay 316. Of course, we got shirts. Streamlabs.com/RVTentertainment/merch. As Easy would always like to say, buy the shirt! And all that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in, especially tonight. I needed this. I honestly needed this. And I will need tomorrow when we do the Tsunami Call, the private Tsunami Call with the RVT gang. And I'll need it again with Toka Riffs. And oh boy, them geeks on Mildred's monastery on Sunday after we're done with Toka Riffs. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. On behalf of my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK TWK Reviews telling you to work your gimmick.
My name is Matty Jay, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. Have a good one, have a safe one. By the way, another winner, Fighting Back 9. VIP tickets, silver and gold, gone in like 2 days. That's awesome. And also the AEW effect. Also, I didn't get VIP, but I got my ticket. Got my $20 ticket, and no matter what, I'm gonna see some wrestling. Cody Rhodes is gonna be there, and fucking awesome. Also, Joey Janela is gonna be there, so something is going to be destroyed, preferably a table or door. But we'll see what happens. Have a good one. Have a safe one. And a happy belated 4th of July. I know it's the 5th one and now technically the 6th, but whatever. Enjoy your weekend.
Also,
have a good
happy,
one. Go ahead.
Also, Matty, happy belated Canada Day.
Thank you. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll talk to you next week. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Jay, just one thing. It's a big ask, but it was at this point that I noticed Vince's shouts of "unbelievable" on a pretty regular basis. I know he's done it before, but this pay-per-view, my God, unbelievable! No, that's terrible.
Don't do 90s Vince. Do like kind of 80s.
Unbelievable! Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'd like a splicey. You will probably won't give it to me. You can cut it out if you want. But of every unbelievable in the pay-per-view.
Oh my God!
You're unbelievable!
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.